Hi Life Church. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Lizzie. I've been part of Life Church since 2014 when I came to Southampton for university. I'm married to Timo and we both serve on the worship team. Lockdown has been a strange time for all of us, but it has felt particularly strange for me because it's not really felt like a lockdown as such. I work as a neonatal nurse at the Princess Anne Hospital, so I look after babies that are born early or unwell. And so throughout the whole of lockdown, I have been going into work as I usually would. Despite the long and busy shifts and the changes that we've had to make due to COVID, I've actually been really grateful to have been able to go to work because it has been something that's felt a little bit like normality for me. I'm also really thankful to God because we have had no positive COVID cases on our unit so far. Outside of work, life has been quite different. Timo and I both live very busy lives. We are constantly on the go, and so lockdown has forced us to step back and slow down, something that we've both been really grateful for. It's actually been a blessing to be able to have a rest. And as an introvert, I've really enjoyed initially having the time to recharge. But the novelty wore off quite quickly and I found myself missing my friends and my family and feeling quite lonely. It's been so wonderful, therefore, to have been able to stay connected with our church family and our life group. There's been many ways that we've had to adapt, however, such as meeting online as a life group, or like the other day, Timo and I led worship live over Zoom, something we've never done before. Change is something I think we all struggle with and we've all had to deal with recently. In all honesty, I have always found change difficult, and during lockdown, I have found myself feeling quite anxious at times and pushed out of my comfort zone. With change, we essentially have two options: to resist it or to embrace it. And I feel like God's really been encouraging me not to be afraid to embrace the change. I've had on my heart whilst preparing for my Lights in Lockdown video, the verse 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which is, "For the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." I know that I do not need to be fearful or anxious because my God is with me. And I'm reminded that one thing is always constant during the change, and that is God. When I first got asked to film a Lights in Lockdown video, I immediately disqualified myself because it was something I've not done before, and honestly, the thought of speaking in front of a camera that would be shown to the church terrified me. I may feel comfortable leading worship, but this is something very new and different to me. But I felt God encouraged me to step out in my faith and leave my comfort zone. And I'd love to encourage and remind anyone else who may be struggling with the change that lockdown has brought to them that you do not need to be afraid because God is with you. Also, I'd love to encourage anyone else who may have felt God speaking to them in lockdown to step out in your faith too. Maybe you've even been thinking about doing your own Lights in Lockdown video. Thank you, Life Church, for listening to me. I hope you all have a really good week and God bless.